Hi everyone, I am late making this. It's not so much about the actual card, although the card is pretty cool. It's more about the colouring technique. Now, in case you didn't know, my name is Jill Lancet and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Greystanes. That's a suburb in New South Wales, and yeah, I had a class this morning where we made 3 cards each, and it was all about the colouring technique. So I'm going to show you that. We will make a card, but it is primarily about the colouring technique. So we made a rocker card. Now the one I'm making now is a little bit bigger. This one I thought was a little bit small, and it's about colouring. So I have all my bits and pieces. I want to just show you how I have coloured this and what we're going to do with it after that. So come with me and learn something. It's a very relaxing technique. So this is some Designer Series paper. It's retired now, but I love it when Stampin' Up! Put out these black and white papers, because I can leave them black and white, or I can colour them. I can colour them with my blends. But this way is a really, everybody's got access to colouring in pencils, I'm sure. Raid the kids' pencil cases. You can pick them up in the $2 shop. The other thing you need is some baby oil. I've had this for years, some Johnson's baby oil in a little container with some sponge and one of these paper stumps. That's all you need. So I'm going to show you how I did this colouring. I hope you can see. I hope the lights are okay. I might bring this one down here a little bit and bring it to this angle so you'll be able to see a bit better. So these are not watercolour pencils. These are just ordinary colouring in pencils, and they contain a certain amount of wax. Now when you're colouring with these for a long time, if you're trying to blend and colour over the top, you end up with this waxy build-up. Well, this, I'm going to show you the very quickest way and the most relaxing way to colour in. Now, this is something you can do in front of the TV because you don't have to be all that precise. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean right this second. Now, I'm going to colour these leaves in. So I've got 2 greens. I've just got a light green and a dark green. They've already done all the shading for me, so I don't really have to. It's pretty much a no-brainer. So what I'm going to do is, with my darker green, I'm just going to put some colour down here in the middle, and where it would be darker, because it's behind this plant, this flower, and then I'm just going to feather that out a little bit. Same over here. And then I'm going to take the lighter green and just do a little bit on the edges here. Now you've noticed I've left this white bit here in the middle. I'm going to show you the single greatest thing I ever learnt about colouring with pencils. Now you can do this while you're watching TV, as I said. That's it. That's it. I want you to have a close look at that. Now I'm going to take my paper stump, and this is just a little bit of a sponge, and there is some baby oil in the bottom of this. Now when I push this in, it wets the paper stump with the baby oil. I'm just going to clean this off because it's got a bit of red on it, and that's all you do to clean that off, is just to colour it with the baby oil. on some scrap paper. Now I'm going to show you how to colour with these. What happens is the baby oil, which is like a mineral oil, breaks down the wax and enables you to spread that as if you were using water with a watercolour pencil. So I'm going to bring the lighter colour in towards the darker colour, and then I'll hold this up for you to see. And it's as simple as that. Now you can colour them in with the pencils and leave them until a later time to go over it with the baby oil. Now I'm going to do the same with this leaf here. It's actually very relaxing to me. I find it very relaxing. And then I'm going to bring the darker green out. And it just smooths the colour. I hope you can see that. I hope I've got this in the right position, because quite often I don't. Isn't that beautiful? Now I'm going to do these two flowers. You will see that this takes no time whatsoever. So this is the one I just used. There's two ends on these, so you can either clean them off. See, now it's got the green, so I can clean this off. Or I can keep one end for green and one end for red. So now I've got two different colours here. I'm going to follow the shading that the artist has put there for me, and this is like a dark red. And then I'm going to put an orangey colour on the tips of the flowers, and you'll see how they turn out. It just turns out really, really beautifully. So I'm not even trying to be neat. I'm just putting this colour on here and dealing with it later. So that's one flower half done. The second flower won't take any time at all. Now, there really is no point in being too precise with this technique, because you're going to go over and smooth it over anyway. So, yeah, quick is good. I had my family over. I had my card making class, one of my card making classes, and I came home, and basically my family were almost on the doorstep. And because it's quite warm here, we all had a swim. It was my eldest son's birthday a couple of weeks ago, and we just haven't been able to, as a family, get together. So, yeah, it was nice. We had a quick swim. We had some nice drinks, a few nibblies. And then it was like, oh no, I haven't done a video. But here it is, albeit a bit late. So you can see I'm just going around the tips of these petals here with this orange colour. And everybody had different pencils today, and they all worked. Different brands. These just happen to be Prismacolor Scholars, which are quite reasonably priced. They're not the expensive ones. There was Staedtlers there. There was some off-brands, no-name brands. And they all worked exactly as this demonstration shows. So there's those two colours there. Now you can see pencil lines in there. Now if if that's how you want to leave it, then go right ahead. But I'm going to show you how to smooth these out and what a beautiful effect it gives. So I'm going into to the orange first, and then I'm blending it in with this red colour. Now, because the red is a stronger colour, I want to clean this off each time before I go into the orange. So you can see how it just pulls the colour out of it and kind of melts it. It's just magic. I just love watching it. And it's very, very relaxing, as I said. This would be great to do on holidays. If you're on holidays, do all your colouring while you're away. You've only got to take a packet of pencils and this little container with a sponge and some baby oil in it. I'm sure you could probably just have a little container of baby oil, but this is less spillage when you have that sponge in there. So it's not quite as liquid. Aren't they beautiful? Look how they're turning out. I just love this. You see that big white space? I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that because it looks like there's a bit of light bouncing off that petal. Now, if you've got the hang of this and you want to fast forward this, go ahead. Because, yeah, it can be a little bit repetitious. But if somebody has not done this before or they enjoy watching people colour, then I'm glad I did it. Now, I think you're probably thinking to yourself, baby oil, what's that going to be doing to the paper? Well, it doesn't do a terrible lot. It might be wetting it slightly, but eventually it just dries. It sort of evaporates. It doesn't affect this at all. I've got no scratching. I don't have that shiny waxy layer upon layer, and the look is very, very smooth. So I urge you, go raid the kids' pencil cases. These are only a few dollars. And I'm sure you've got baby oil. If not, look, that's available in every supermarket in the baby section, I guarantee. There is another product, a chemical called Gamsol that is exactly designed for this, but it's just that, it's a chemical. This, I could rub this into my skin and it is not going to harm me or anybody else. I'm not sure what the Gamsol's, I know it is a mineral oil of some description, but why take the chance? Why have extra chemicals in the house when you've probably got a bottle of baby oil somewhere? And it's better for you. It smells nice. It smells like a baby. Who doesn't love the smell of a baby? Okay, now this is just about finished. And then I'm going to colour the inner part. I'm going to do that in the orange as well. Now, like, you could spend a lot of time colouring, but I just love the look of this. I think I've already said that about 29 times, but can't say it enough. And that's them done. I'm going to stand up and make sure you can see what I'm seeing. I have left some highlights That's these lighter sections here, as though the sun was shining on them. The colours have blended so smoothly. It just looks so beautiful. Now I'm just going to do in here in the orange. And as you can see, I'm just smashing through this. And then I'm going to blend it with the baby oil. Now, I don't know if you can see the difference there, but the pencil's all over the black and it's smoothed out over this side. Easy peasy. Safe. Smells nice. Smells lovely. Smells lovely. And I just keep it in a little container like this. That will stay in there until I use it all, and then I can just top it up with my baby oil. So that is a very old bottle, by the way, so they may not look exactly the same as that anymore. Now you can see there's not even any oily residue on the back, but now we're going to go another step further with our beautiful little piece of art. It's art. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop those up there out of the way. I didn't even have time tonight to put in a fresh one on. I don't put a fresh desk topper on every time, but most certainly I'll try to. Okay, so that's done. Now I'm taking my Versamark, and you'll notice I haven't cut this out. This has not been fussy cut because I'm going to show you what we're about to do. I'm going to take this. I'm just holding it with this. That's why I haven't cut it out, because it makes it a lot easier to do it. And I'm smooshing the Versamark ink over the whole surface of these beautiful flowers. Now you probably can see that it's very shiny. I'm going to take my clear embossing powder and I'm going to cover the whole piece in clear embossing powder. I have done this before on a couple of videos, I think. Now you can see that that's kind of looks a little bit sugar coated, and that's exactly what we want. So pop this back away, put the lid on this. That's how I get it everywhere. Did you see that? It's everywhere now. Everywhere. And I'm going to just hold this down in the same spot, and I'm just going to heat this. So I hope you can see this. Just heat that up for a second. How beautiful is that? And that's it. Look how vibrant that has become now. Now that's still, oh, I've missed a bit there. Missed a bit there. And those leaves. And in the middle. Okay. Now let that cool just a minute. Oh, there's another piece. I must be going blind, honestly. Gee, oh gee, maybe I just didn't have it hot enough. Whatever the reason, it's done now. And look at that. Isn't that lovely? Beautiful, glossy, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So now what I'm going to do is, when that's cool, I'm just going to fussy cut this out. And it doesn't make any difference at all. Doesn't make it any more difficult to cut out with this embossing powder all over it. That's cool. So I'm just going to fussy cut this. Now you want to just leave a little border and turn the paper rather than the scissors. And then we're going to put a card together. Now look, this is a handmade card, so it's probably not going to be perfect. And that's okay, because that's what art's all about. It's an expression of yourself. So I'm not even taking particular care with this, to be honest, because it's getting later than I would normally be doing this video for you on a Sunday evening. But it's quite an open design, and it's not that hard to cut out. And as I said, at the end of the day, it does not have to be perfect. So this is the technique. This is what this video is about. The card that we're going to make is a bonus. All of the ladies in my class today thoroughly enjoyed doing this colouring technique with the baby oil. And yeah, I totally got the seal of approval. Now, there it is there. Beautiful. So now I'm going to get all of this embossing powder off there, because I really hate it. Feels like I'm at the beach with sand. So now we've got our little piece here. This desk is starting to get a bit messy, so yeah. Okay, so what I did was I saw this on Pinterest, YouTube, whatever, and I thought I'm going to have a go at this. So it's called a rocker card. Now what I've done here is the new deckled circles. They're huge. Some of them, these are not even the biggest ones, okay? I think it's the third biggest or the second biggest that I've made the card base from. It's the second biggest. And then I've cut, oh dear. So I've cut one solid circle. Then I cut some designer series paper. Now this is from the, it's in the clearance at the moment. This will make it recognisable. It's the one with all the hands on it. It's in the clearance, it's on sale. And this is like one of the designs, and this is the back of it. So I've cut that smaller, and then I've cut that in half. I've then cut the same size in some white cardstock and cut it in half. Now this is going to be our sentiment. This is the front of the card. So I'm taking this and I'm going to fold, oops, hang on, there's a bit of sticky residue from that tape. Don't you hate that? There we go. That's better. Okay, so I'm just simply going to fold this in half. So I'm folding this in half. Now I need to be mindful that I'm probably going to want to put this in an envelope. So I have to be aware of it fitting in the envelope. Now the one we made today, this fits in the envelope this way. So this one has to be, I just have to be a little bit more mindful of how tall I go. So I have my black piece, I've folded it in half, I've given that a really good burnish, and I'm going to adhere this beautiful piece of Designer Series paper. Now, it's double-sided, so I could choose that one if I wanted to, whichever one you want to. Now, just bear in mind that if you're using a directional one, the other half of this, the hearts will be upside down. So, yeah, might go for that one next time. But I like the hearts, so I'm just going to glue that straight on there. Now, where's my glue that's got glue in it? So just a little, dear oh dear, shaping up to be one of those Sunday evenings. No, that's not going to happen. Sometimes you have to take matters into your own hands and unclog that tip. Okay, let's pop that back up there. Yeah, look, it's all oozing out now. This might be on its way out, to be honest. That'll do. Now you want to line it up with the top fold. Okay, so you want to just make sure you've got roughly the same border all the way around the edge. And the easiest way to do that is to line it up, is to put it down on the tabletop. There we go. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Now on the other side is going to go my sentiment. Just popping that on the other side. So let's try this glue now. Yes, I have several on the go. There we go, that's better. Okay, so I'm doing the same thing here. I'm going to line that up with the top of the card and just give that a second. So this is the card base, and it's called a rocker card for obvious reasons. Now, if you don't have these deckled circles, or indeed a circle big enough, find something like a ribbon, an old coffee tin, or something you can trace around. And if you can't cut straight to save your life, do a little wiggly deckled all the way around, and it'll look like you're meant to do it like that. So this is our card base now, okay? So I've got that there. Now I cut out this third little deckled circle, and I want to put that here. Now I've got to be mindful that this is going to fit in the envelope, so I can't have it really much any higher than that. Now you'll see that this circle has been glued on at about a third. I can quite comfortably do half, glue this on at half, and it's still going to fit. It's still going to fit into the envelope. So I'm going to do it half because I want the flowers to actually extend up just a little bit. And I can never tell which way they go. But anyway, that looks pretty good to me. So they're going to go on like that. So we can glue this on. So we want about halfway. This is the one that's run out. I tell you guys, I am ready for bed. Mentally, I am ready for bed. I had a 4-year-old in the pool this afternoon, squealing and carrying on. And I'm tired. So that's going on like that. We're starting to look good. So now you can pop these up on dimensionals if you wish, which I might do. Yeah, I might do that. Where are the dimensionals? Let's go the black ones. Seeing as we've got black in the background. Now I just want to work out where I'm going to be putting these. You know what, I'm going to put them exactly like that, I think. Yep, so let's pop one there before I forget where I'm going to put them. One there. One there. And one in the middle. No saggy flowers here. Okay. Now I'm going to put those, I was going to put those like that, wasn't I? Yep. Doesn't that look lovely? Okay, so now I have this little birthday greeting, and I want to banner the ends of this. Now, I've been doing this a lot lately. You can banner it, or you can snip it off at an angle. Totally up to you. I'm gonna banner it. So you cut it down the center, and then depending where you want it to end, you just cut on the angle towards the center. Very easy. This was like a mystery to me not that long ago, and look how simple it is. How could that possibly be? So I'm going to pop that on there like that. I'm going to glue that in underneath there. I might just snip this off a bit at an angle, just so that can go in there like that, because we're also going to put on a bow on there. So I'm going to put a bit of glue down there. I'm making this on the fly because this is quite different sort of to the other one. Yep, okay. So we'll put a bit of glue just on there like that. Pop that under there however you want it. You could put another dimensional under there, which I will, just to keep that raised. And this is the awkwardest angle I've ever done anything like this, I can tell you. Probably should have put that on first. There we go, look at that. And I'm going to put a bow there. Now, I'm just going to snip off some of the this is the end of the roll. This is the end of my black and white checked ribbon, and I love this. It goes with everything. So that's going to have to go on the next order. So I'm just doing my little usual rabbit ears and tying that bow. Now you can make it as big, as small, as whatever you would like. And then we have just a couple more steps. I think that looks pretty nice. What do you reckon? Maybe make it a bit smaller. Just a little bit. Now I need some glue dots. So glue dot there. Very sticky. Very, very sticky. Look how lovely that looks. Beautiful. I'll trim this bow off a bit. Trim that bit off there. This bit off there. Looks a bit wonky, but you know what? I don't care. Now that's going to happily rock away till the cows come home. But there's one more little step. Eventually, it's probably going to sag a bit. So just take a little strip. It's about 1 centimetre wide and it's about 6 centimetres long. And what I did was I just folded this in half, and it's a scrap. So I folded this in half, and then I've just turned this up just to make a little tab on each end. So you're going to have this kind of affair. There's no special way to treat this or anything like that. Now when I let it open, you'll see that it's like a W, but a very tall centre part of that W. Now that's going to have glue there and popped into the back of this card. Here's my little prototype. So I will show you how we're going to do this. So after you've folded it, and look, it doesn't have to be a work of art in itself, a little bit of glue on one of these tabs, so you can see which tab it is. It's this one here. The big apex is pointing towards the center fold of this card, and I'm going to pop this in about 1 centimetre or so from the edge of the card, so you can see where it is there. And just hold that for a minute. Now it's acting like a hinge. So we've got this piece here. Now we're going to squash it down, put in another little drop of glue on this side, and then we're going to close that up and hold it. And just give that a second. And that's pretty much our card finished. Now it'll only open as far as that little hinge lets it, but that's okay because we want this to be like a card that will move. And there you go. So let me know what you think about that technique. There's our beautiful glossy flowers, beautifully coloured. We've got our little hinge inside there. And this is going to stand on the desk and rock away. We've got our beautiful little sentiment on the back, and we've got just enough room to write, basically, from me. So, yeah, let me know what you think about that. And, yeah, sorry about the lateness, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much. Oh, if you have any questions, or you want to know any information about this fold or anything like that, tilly2145@gmail.com, or put it in the comments. Probably in the comments is best, because if anybody else is wanting to know that answer is in the comments then. Okay, thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.